Growth isn't loud, it's steady, intentional, and personal. And at Grow with Patriciah Alex, we make space for it. With Patriciah Alex as the host and the co-host Rachel Kahugu. This isn't just a talk, it's transformation. Real stories, real lessons, real growth. Every Wednesday at 7 p.m., your next breakthrough begins here. Tap subscribe and let's grow with Patriciah Alex.
Hi, welcome to our show, Grow with Patriciah Alex, and welcome to the show with my co-host,
Rachel Kahugu. Thank you so much for being here. And today we'll be having a very fast episode. As Patriciah Alex has said, this is Grow with Patriciah Alex. And I know that you're going to grow, Cindy.
Sure.
Me kwanza, I'm very ready to grow.
Welcome.
Yes. Thank you.
Yeah.
So, karibuni sana. Today we'll be talking about young mothers.
Yes.
You know, lately we have a lot of young mothers.
Yeah.
I don't know why the rate of very young mothers grow sana, or it's
No,
just
it
the
has
same.
been the same.
The
difference is time. Mm-hmm. Like every generation have their numbers. Now the time now it looks like it's bigger, but I think every time there is a new generation coming up. New generation every time.
Okay. Amazing. So as we talk about young mothers,
yes,
tunaongelea kina nani exactly?
Tunaongelea watoto wa the young ladies who have just maybe gotten married. Some have not gotten married, but they have babies.
Yeah.
Others are late to get married, but they are in the same category, like the very young people with young children, getting married, breastfeeding, all those kinds of people.
Okay.
Yeah.
Every time we talk about that, especially when you've mentioned getting babies.
Yeah, having babies.
Yes.
Young or pregnancy. Or just that stage. Yeah.
Okay. So the first thing that comes to my mind when you talk about that is postpartum.
Wow.
Yes.
I know that's a good... it's not very interesting, but some people push for life to be different. But you know, life is a process.
Yeah.
And you have to be not to be pressured by anything. You just need to wait life to flow.
Yeah.
Like you don't have to force an issue. You don't need to be perfect. You don't need to do anything extra. If you feel like you're tired, relax. If you haven't done things at the normal time, it's okay. There is another day to do other things.
Okay.
Don't learn to finish everything. Especially after you get a child, you need to have a lot of time relaxing. Try to get your friends so that at least you sit and wait, like for the day to flow.
Yeah. And
then you relax because the child needs to feed well. If you don't sit down, your child will not feed well.
Yeah.
So it will cry a lot and will not have enough time to give it concentration. But when you have a visitor or one of your friends or two, they'll help you. Like when you get time to relax, at least for 3 to 4 hours, the baby to be free without you checking on the baby. Somebody else is holding the baby, so you need to have time for yourself, like do other things. Yeah. But babies life is just, there's nothing perfect. Life just flows. Like sometimes people think that when the baby is crying is abnormal. It's not.
Because some babies cry a lot.
No, you shouldn't mind. It's normal. When the baby is not comfortable, it will cry. When the baby has not had enough feeding, they will have to shout. Then every time when the baby is abnormal, is not very comfortable, they cry. And it helps us now to realize I need to do something extra for my baby.
So it's okay.
It's very normal. It's very okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, most of the time, how would you know that you're going through the postpartum? Because some ladies probably don't even know that is what is happening. They just maybe feel like, hey,
because they compare themselves with others.
Yeah.
But the best thing, when you have the postpartum depression is when you try to isolate yourself. You don't want people around you. You don't want the baby to cry. You don't want other children. You have other children. You don't want to hear anybody talking.
Yeah.
You just want like a self-pity corner. That's when you start realizing you have the postpartum
depression.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And as there's something you mentioned before when you said that, new or young mothers, we want everything in its place. The child ako sawa, my husband ako sawa, my house is clean. Is that important? And how do you make sure kila kitu iko hivyo?
I think the most important thing is that you yourself, this is your first time you're bringing up a baby, and you're not sure of anything. Sober up, wait for things to learn, like life to flow.
Yeah.
Because there's nothing important like you being sober for the whole family. So you need to make sure you are very sober, you are very relaxed.
Yeah.
Even if all the utensils are not clean, it's not abnormal anywhere. Even if the baby is crying.
The pressure from maybe the husband will come home in the evening and he'll find there's no food, the utensils are dirty, or your friends will come home and they'll realize nguo za mtoto ziko kila mahali kwa hii nyumba, ni mbaya na mama.
Kwani wamekuja kufanya nini? Si kusaidia. Like you should try your best. Kama unajua mabeshte wako ni wale wa kuongea mambo mingi ama kutoa makosa, chukua hizo vyombo uweke kwa sink pale chini, kwa bucket ufunike. You relax, you give yourself time. You give, like most of the husbands, you should be friends by them. You make sure your husband is a good friend.
We will talk about that.
He can help in some things.
Yeah.
Si lazima ufanye kila kitu. Na labda kama hauwezi afford msichana, at least akusaidie kitu moja.
Yeah.
Before he leave the house ama akikuja, angalau atashike mtoto.
Yeah.
At least make sure your husband is your best friend.
Okay.
And when he's doing that, it's not he feels like you're using him. He'll do it out of love, out of you're just friends.
Okay.
So hata mimi kukuja kwangu, if it's your first time wezi osha vyombo, lakini if we are friends, we can change everything. You can now wash my dishes, you can clean my clothes, even your husband.
Yeah.
At least make sure you're very good friends.
Okay. And you've mentioned something important. Temenye umesema kama hamwezi mka afford a house help.
Yeah.
Most of the young mothers, you're married, you're married and you have a little baby, but so siwezi enda job. So it's your husband working, but he's not getting quite a lot. I know people keep thinking, hey, sasa this one got married to a man who's not even making money, and at some point sasa baby unakuwa na stress, and you wonder how you going to take care of the baby.
You normally say this. If you are friends with your husband, whatever is there is enough.
Yeah.
Even if it's 50 shillings. Because you can get milk as little as you can afford. You can get everything. And you are helping one another to live a day at a time. Si ujipreshe na kitu. Na mkiwa marafiki, hata marafiki wa kawaida. You live a day at a time. You don't have to think you need 100 shillings and you only have 5. Use the 5. Kitunguu ya 2 bob ile ya majani.
Yeah.
It's enough. Na tumafuta kidogo. And maybe you have some beans.
Yeah.
Then you have some little rice. Isn't that reasonable?
It is.
You live according to your standard.
Okay.
If you are in low life, usijicompare na mtu.
Okay.
Usiitaka kuishi maisha ya mtu.
Yeah.
Hata ujui anatoa pesa wapi. Hata ujui why they have whatever they have. The best thing, the way your life is, just live that way.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And when you talk about young mothers, you're talking about the first baby.
Yeah.
But there's something that we mentioned off air when we said, your first pregnancy and your second pregnancy and your third. Mtu na learn from experience ya firstborn. Sasa secondborn uko sawa. Ini barabara yenye nimekuwa. No, it's easy.
Every child is different.
Yeah.
It's like all human beings. There is no one who is like the other one. Your firstborn is very different from the secondborn. It's very different from the thirdborn.
Yeah.
Every child comes to this learned with their own life.
Yeah.
Like when you have a firstborn, it's very complicated because sometimes you think the child is going to die. That's where we're so worried.
Yeah.
The second born, you're like,
Ooh.
so, and even you neglect the third born. You even like, you'd give anybody to hold. So take care of your sober mind. Okay. That is one. When you have the first one, just ask the close friends, your mother, your mother-in-law, they'll guide you.
Okay.
But the rest, you don't have to have pressure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're getting
and
used
be
to
assured
it.
the baby is not going to die.
Yeah.
Because you're afraid like the baby is going to die. I'm not sure what we are afraid of.
Yeah.
But the baby will live.
Okay.
And you take care according to your level. You just do what you can best.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I think girls, we start from our dollies.
Yeah.
Every time you are carrying a baby, as you grow, you have some examples somewhere. You help mothers on the road. You want any child you can carry. With a girl child, this is not the first time to touch a baby.
Yeah.
At least we always see a baby somewhere. Even when you were 3 years, you used to have a big doll.
Yeah.
When you were 5, you got a bigger one.
Yeah.
And you made one for yourself. So you went on.
Yeah. Yeah. So, is it possible to have postpartum depression after like the second or the third baby?
Yeah. It's not brought by the experience.
Yeah.
It's just a way of getting tired. It's you getting so tired, making sure everything is very organized. That is what brings that most. Okay. It's not about having the baby. Yeah. It's the tiredness.
That comes after.
Unachoka.
Yeah.
Ndio inaleta hiyo depression.
Okay.
Na sometimes tuseme sasa ulikuwa unatarajia one child, unapata twins.
Yeah.
Oh my God. You will feel like the world has
imesimama.
So si kwa sababu ni mtoto wa kwanza ama wa pili, ni kuchoka.
Yeah.
Kuchoka yenye how express, you don't have friends, you don't have good neighbors, you don't have someone to express, your husband is not very caring.
Yeah.
It's when you have the depression.
Okay. You know that is healing to very many people.
I know.
As I said, that it's not only to the mothers who've already gotten the babies, it's to the mothers who are expecting, or to the young girls that are now going there. So wanalan, okay, tunalan. So tuna grow, because as we said, this is grow with Patriciah Alex. So we know what exactly to expect. But maybe even before we go to maybe as we continue winding up, is that unaweza learn enough for you to become a mom. Yani tunaweza sikiza, to watch, tujue sasa mimi niko ready, nimebakisha tu kupata mtoto.
No. You know, every experience, like, you don't know what you're giving birth to.
Yeah.
Even if you get from the scans and what have you, every time is new. It's like saying you're going to a new job this time. You're going to another job. The experience is never the same.
Yeah.
Even babies, even marriage. When you get to marriage, it's very different when you are in courtship. Yeah. It's very different. So every time there's a new thing. Yeah. Even a mother, the first child, as you grow, as everything, it's very different.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just learn to enjoy every moment.
Yeah.
And don't pressure yourself. Let life flow. You know, sometimes the young mothers don't want life to flow. Yeah. They are fixing. Then if you fix, you're going to have pressures. Yeah. But you need to let life just flow by itself.
Yeah. Okay.
Like how you cannot push from morning to afternoon.
Yeah.
You must wait 8, 9, 10, like time to go.
Yeah. Nimechoka na asubuhi. Let's just go to afternoon tumalize siku.
That can't happen.
Yeah.
Even life.
Okay. Yeah. So you have to go through the whole process.
Just a day at a time.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, how can the society, or the family members and the friends and the church as well, just support the young mothers and make sure that life is a little bit easier for them?
Most of the times we judge ourselves the wrong way.
Yeah.
Sorry. Because you might think I'm thinking about you, but I'm not thinking about you. You might think the church is thinking about you, but they're not thinking about you. We judge ourselves wrongly.
Okay.
Like we feel like the society is harsh, and maybe they even don't notice. There's a woman who can just pass and you think she has seen me with a torn dress, and you start putting together your dress, but even she has not noticed. We ourselves, we judge ourselves so harshly that you expect to be perfect.
Yeah.
You can't be.
Okay.
Live the way you are. If you're not doing anything wrong, what will make you feel like you have made a mistake?
Yeah.
Live light, do the right things, and don't perfect.
Okay.
The problem with us, we want to be perfect. There is no such life.
Yeah.
Just nobody is judging you. And I feel like we feel like we are doing wrong, but most of the times you're doing the right thing at the right place, and don't mind outside. Never mind outside.
Okay. So don't try to be perfect.
Never try to be perfect.
Ulisema,
If you are perfect, you have a sickness.
yeah. you can't be perfect.
You can't, and nothing is perfect.
Yeah.
Nothing is perfect. Just be you.
Yeah.
And nobody is judging you.
Okay.
Just live your life the way you at your level, the way you are.
Yeah.
Yes.
Perfect. This has been such a good discussion.
I know.
Yeah.
It's good.
Yeah, I hope that you've learned something from this particular discussion.
Yes.
We are very happy to grow. Because
grow
this is
with
growth.
Patricia.
Yes.
Yes.
Thank you so much for this particular episode. Thank you so much for watching. I'm a happy co-host today. I have learned so much. Thank you for having me on this.
Thank you. You're most welcome.
Asante sana.
Yes.
Perfect. So we'll see you next Wednesday. We say that we'll be having episodes every Wednesday. So make sure you tune in and share the links as much as you can.
Subscribe to Patriciah Alex.
Yeah. Perfect. Thank you so much. Have an amazing rest of the day and share these as much as you can.